Shalom everyone, and welcome to day 15 in your study of Biblical Hebrew. And so the letter you will be learning today is the letter Samekh. And Samekh makes the S sound as in sun. So it makes a S sound. Okay? And here's something which you should keep in mind. Samekh and Mem Sofit look sort of similar. So sometimes people may get them mixed up. And the way you can tell them apart is that Samekh looks like a circle and Mem looks like a box. In fact, some Hebrew fonts may just write Samekh as a circle. It will just have a circle and Mem will be a square. So some fonts just do that. And you could also write that out like that. You could write Mem Sofit as a square and Samekh as a circle, and it would be correct. Okay, so that's how you tell them apart. And you have to make sure that this is completely square and this one's slightly rounded so you can tell them apart, okay? Okay, so what you're going to do now is look at a word with the letter Samekh in it. And so we're going to look at the first consonant here. It's a Samekh, so it makes a S sound. So it makes a S sound like the letter S, which is why it's transliterated with an S. And what we're going to do is we look down and we see these two dots here, and that's a tsere, and it makes an A sound, which is why I have the letters E and I, which is similar to the sound as the number 8, how it's spelled. The letters E and I in the number 8 makes an A sound, so tsere makes an A sound. So you have S and A, S, A, S, A, and you say, say. And so the first sound here is say. And then you look over to the next one and you have the letter fe. So this is a Bigad Kafat letter. You will learn it later on. When there is a dot in it, it will make a p sound, as in the letter P. When there is no dot, it makes a f sound, as in the letter F. So you have the letter F here. So this makes a f sound. And then you look down, you see the segel. This makes an eh sound, like an E here. And then you go f, eh. And you go fe. And so you have say, fe. Okay? Those are the first two sounds. Now we look over and we see the next letter. This is the letter resh, and it makes a r sound, like the letter R, r. So you go say, fe, r. And remember, in one of the videos, we talked about open and closed syllables. So the resh would be part of this syllable because it's ending it. So you have consonant, vowel, consonant. And so it's ending this. So it's a closed syllable. So you would pronounce it as fair. You have the f, eh, and the r. Fair. So you have say, fair. And the word is sefer. And it means a document, book, or scroll. So that's what this word means. Okay, moving on. We're going to write the letter Samekh. And so it looks kind of like Mem Sofit, where you start with a line, but instead of going straight down, what you do is you curve it. So you can see here, you're going to curve it, and then you draw a line going up. And make sure when you write it, you actually curve it. So what you can do is, if you want another way to write this, an easier way for the font, like to write it out, just draw a circle if you want. And that's okay too. If you want, you can just draw a circle, and that's fine. But if you want to write it like this, you can also do it this way, where you draw it kind of square on the top, but this part here, you draw a curve and then you go straight up. So both ways are fine. Okay, moving on. We're going to take a look at Psalm 119 again, but this is a different passage in Psalm 119. And what I want you to do is find as many Samekhs as you can. Okay, and so what I'm going to do is remove some of the vowels. I've left some of the vowels in, and the reason why is because these are the vowel helpers, remember? So what I want you to do now is to get used to seeing them in the text, the vowel helpers, okay? The consonants that are working as vowels. So I've left those in. Don't get distracted by them, but I've left them in because I want you to know by now that they're in the text, and so you get used to seeing that they're acting as helpers, okay? So I'm leaving those vowels in, okay? And so what I'm going to do now is put a timer up, and you can try and find as many as you can. Ready, set, go. And time's up. So these are all the Samekhs that are in this verse. And how convenient, we have a mem suffix right here. So remember, this is round, this is square. And so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 in this verse. You're probably wondering, why are you counting if you already have the number here? Well, there's the chance I might have counted wrong earlier. So I think I counted right this time. And there are 8 Sameks in this verse. Okay? So moving on, this is what you should know before going to another lesson. Okay? You should know that this letter is called Samekh, and it has an S sound like in the word sun. It's transliterated with an S. The type of letter it is a consonant. And the club, lucky for you, it's not part of anything, so you don't have to learn anything else with this letter. You just have to know the sound and what it looks like. Okay, so these are all the letters now you know so far. You know Aleph, Bet, Vet, Gimel, Dalet, Hey, Vav, Zayin, Chet, Tet, Yod, Kaf, Chaf, Chaf Sofit, Lamed, Mem, Mem Sofit, Nun, Nun Sofit, and Samekh. So these are all the letters you know. And don't forget to listen to the Aleph-Bet song, okay? Now, recap on all the clubs or classes. The letters that are part of the guttural club or the gutturals plus resh club is Aleph, Hey, Chet. Aleph, Hey, Chet are part of the gutturals club. Okay? And now you have the Bigad Kafat club. The letters Bet and Vet are the same letter, just with or without the dot. With the dot, it makes a B sound. Without the dot, it makes a V sound, as in van. Then you have Gimel, Dalet. They don't change their sounds anymore. And then you have Kaf and Chaf. With the dot, it took its medicine, so it makes a clean K sound. K, K. Without the dot, it didn't take its medicine, so it makes a sound. And he has a sore throat. And this Chaf has a final form, which shows up at the end of a word. Chaf Sofit. Okay? The letters that are vowels are Hey, Vav, and Yod. If you have trouble remembering it, remember God's name. Those letters in his name are both consonants and vowels. Well, I'm not saying the names in the letter. I'm not saying the letters in his name are the consonants and vowels. I'm saying these letters in general that are used in his name can act as consonants or vowels in other places. Okay, so Hey, Vav, and Yod can act as consonants or vowels. Next are the shape-shifting letters. So Chaf, Chaf Sofit. This shows up at the end of the word. Mem, Mem Sofit. This shows up at the end of a word. Nun, Nun Sofit. And the Nun Sofit shows up at the end of a word. Okay, so hopefully you remember all this going forward. So that's it for this lesson, and I will see you in the next lesson where you learn the letter Ayin. Okay? Until then, shalom and God bless. You're getting very close to learning the whole alphabet. Okay?